Oh, hi everyone. Welcome to the Split Screen Gaming Podcast, the occasionally weekly podcast where two lifelong friends correspond about video games from the comfort of their own homes. I am Holden DePardo.
And I'm a lifelong friend. I'm Chad Michael Ennis. Threw you for a loop there. Your face looked like somebody opened a door with a candle.
I had no idea what to do. I was going to stop it and then re-record the whole thing.
In
really
my
thrown
head,
off.
I said the open the door with a candle thing like it was some kind of surprise birthday party, but I didn't get the words out there to make it make sense. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
Well, this is our most ambitious episode yet.
If you pronounce it incorrectly, it's ambitious.
I like the word ambitious.
I like the word amphibian, but that's unrelated.
This is our most amphibian episode yet.
Are you a frog?
No,
Me
I'm
neither.
not. Lifelong friends can't be frogs.
No, they can't. That's science.
Yeah, that is science. So we have our E3 predictions episode.
Not E's, not two E's, but three E's.
3 E's.
I swear, I'll let you finish the sentence. I'm sorry. Go.
Chad's just very excited right now. I'm excited too. This is an episode I've been looking forward to recording. We're going to go through our three predictions each for Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, and then we're just kind of going to bundle the third party in together.
Yep.
We haven't talked about what order we're going to do this in, though.
So here's how I think we should do it.
Yeah.
We start with, I think we should do it in the order that the conferences are.
Okay.
So we start with...
Third party then, because they're just kind of...
There's EA. It starts technically on Saturday,
Yeah.
which is stupid. And then we'll go Microsoft, and then Sony, and then Nintendo. Hold on. That was a fart. Felt like a cannonball.
Well, I'm cool starting off with third parties.
Felt like a cannonball.
So we do third parties, Microsoft, Sony, and then Nintendo then?
That's exactly what I just said.
All right. I just wanted to clarify because...
So yeah, we're each going to throw out our three predictions.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be meaningful predictions, not like, I think Assassin's Creed is going to be revealed. Shut up. We know that. It's been leaked to hundreds. And then we'll have one kind of... I hope you did this. Did you do your one
crazy
prediction? Wild?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Cool. And then we'll come back and see who predicted it all correctly. And it's going to be none of us. Holden, why don't you start? First round, third parties. Now, this includes third parties who have a conference, which is EA, Bethesda, Ubisoft, Devolver Digital.
I have all of mine are Devolver Digital related. I just have so much to say about them. Actually, we've mentioned them a few times in this podcast. And each time I'm like, yeah, Devolver Digital. Who is Devolver Digital? What have they done?
I actually can't think of any.
I just kind of nodded my head
right
yeah,
now.
Devolver Digital, huh?
Hold on, Devolver Digital.
All right, well, while you're looking that
up. In
up.
my head, I'm thinking of Housemark, but it's not Housemark. Devolver Digital, what did you do? Devolver. Oh, they did Hotline Miami.
Oh,
Serious Sam.
They have their own conference?
They have their own conference, yeah.
All right.
I know, right?
Those aren't bad games. They're just not
you're not a Bethesda.
Exactly.
Or an EA.
All right. Well, so I'm going to go with my first Bethesda prediction.
Okay,
then.
tell me your... Should we do you do all three and then I... No, because that's
no,
unfair.
Because if I have one,
and then goddamn.
I steal all of yours, you have nothing to say.
Well, I came prepared, so I have extras.
I have a few extras for
one
some of
extra
these.
for each category, so...
I have a few extras for all the categories except for third party. Because I don't really know as much about third party stuff, honestly. But I think that Wolfenstein... There'll be a new Wolfenstein game announced, and it'll be called New Colossus. It hasn't been leaked or rumored officially, but last E3 they had a screenshot where they showed Wolfenstein New Colossus in a lineup of all games they've released so far.
So this is the Bethesda conference.
This is the Bethesda conference. Okay. I think they're going to release a new Wolfenstein game, and it's going to be called New Colossus.
New Colossus. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if this counts as the same one, but I have Bethesda reveals a new Wolfenstein with corresponding mobile app available in June. Similar to the Fallout 4.
Why corresponding mobile app?
Because they want to release this game and something like they did with Fallout 4, where they're like, "Hey, we want you to play something in the meantime." So they did Fallout Shelter.
And Fallout Shelter was very popular.
Yeah, so I'm
surprisingly
they have some kind of mobile app available in June to play. In the meantime, for Wolfenstein.
Okay.
Does that count as the same as yours?
No, I would think that you just have the ability to get an extra point over me because we both said new Wolfenstein game. Mine's more specific in terms of it's going to be called New Colossus. Yours just adds the mobile game element to it as well.
Yeah.
So they're different enough. Different enough.
Well, good.
We'll count it.
And great.
And if they announce a new Colossus game and there's a mobile element attached to it, then we both get a point.
Oh my God, what if the mobile game is called New Colossus?
That's called New Colossus.
And then the other game is not. And you got it for guessing the mobile game that they were going to release.
I wasn't specific in my prediction, so yeah, that does count.
See? Nailed it.
Yeah. Should I go now from the next one?
Yeah. And then we'll switch it up for Microsoft.
Yeah. So they've talked about Fallout 4 VR. I don't think we're going to hear any mention of Fallout 4 VR at this conference.
Oh, man. I think we'll see it.
I think we won't hear anything about it.
That's not one of my predictions.
Yeah.
But you just think we're not going to hear anything
It's not
about
that it will
Fallout 4
never
VR
come
at all.
out. We will not hear about it at this E3.
Won't hear anything about it.
Nothing about it. I think VR is going to be actually kind of quiet.
Really?
At this E3, yeah.
I have a lot of my stuff based around VR.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Cool. My next one is Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
And I predict... So, you remember a couple of weeks ago, they released like a teaser image of the island from Far Cry 3? I think...
Okay, yeah.
I think that they are going to... Obviously, they have Far Cry 5. They did a reveal for that. Yep. I think they're going to do a... Far Cry 5 is coming in February. We have a remaster of Far Cry 3 coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC to hold you over in the fall. And I think that's going to be released in October of this year.
That's a good prediction.
Far Cry 3 remaster in October 2017.
It's a good prediction.
Coming from Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I also could predict they're probably going to talk about some French shit and Steep 2.
A game from Montreal will come. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steep 2.
Steep 2, yep.
Steep 2,
Steep 2, Steep Harder. Tea edition.
Steep Harder.
Steep your tea.
The game's not as fun because all the slopes are just a lot steeper. You go down them too fast.
Then
not a
everyone
big fan
dies
of
at
this
the
one.
end.
Yeah. So this isn't a great prediction for my last Bethesda one. It's that Bethesda's going to show off 2 new IPs, only one of which will be a big open world game because we're not going to see Skyrim for a long time.
So they announced, they have previously said that they have 2 new IPs that are the size of
They've not said they're coming at
Skyrim.
E3 though.
Yeah, they did not necessarily say that they're
So
coming
we know
at
that
E3.
there's going to be one of those games.
So
So I think
you
we're
think
going to see
only
one of
is
them.
gonna
We're
be
going
shown
to see only one of them.
And they said it's not Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, it's not Elder Scrolls 6 and it's not going to be Fallout related. It'll be something completely new.
So all of yours are Bethesda.
All of mine are Bethesda, yes. I
All
said
of
that as we started this.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, I mean, EA stuff, they basically...
What kind of stuff do you think it's going to be based? Like, what kind of IP?
Yeah,
they have like they have the Nazi Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
They have the Fallout 4 post-apocalyptic. They have
I was kind of...
Skyrim, kind of the high fantasy.
I'm thinking it's going to be something sci-fi related.
Sci-fi?
That's at least what I'm hoping for. I kind of... Because... This is
kind of all
just
they have left.
This is just... What was that?
That's kind of all they have left.
Yeah, it's kind of all they have
The
left.
only genre that...
But I'm also kind of hoping that Mass Effect really dropped the ball.
Yep.
And I'm hoping that they can kind of be like, oh, well, here's a sci-fi
Here's Mass
space.
Effect better.
Yeah, basically Bethesda version of Mass Effect.
Mass Better Effect.
Which would be interesting because Bethesda's style of RPG is a lot different than Mass Effect. It's
Yeah.
a lot more open, and it's not so much about completing a story as much as it is being in this world and kind of experiencing all these small little tales.
And it's a lot about text menus.
Yeah, a lot about text menus.
Yeah.
Totally. Actually, in Fallout 4, though, those menus are very cool. I haven't played Skyrim yet. I'll be playing that this fall when it comes to Switch.
On the non-remastered version.
We don't know that because the Japanese
We
Nintendo
are
site...
pretty sure.
The Japanese Nintendo site does show it's a special edition. It doesn't say regular edition.
Yeah, but it doesn't say Skyrim
It could just be a toned down version of the remaster or a quasi version in between. We don't know. We don't know yet.
Oh, we know. You just have way too much faith.
I do have too much faith. So that brings us to Microsoft, or do you have another one now?
No, of course I have another one.
Another
And
one?
then we got to read
okay.
our crazy ones.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Crazy ones.
So my third prediction, I tried to do one for every conference except for Devolver Digital. EA will unveil Visceral and Amy Hennig's Star Wars game, and it will be coming in fall 2018.
That's a good one. Yes,
Yep.
I completely agree with you.
So I think we're going to see that. It's going to have a title. We're going to see a gameplay trailer. It's coming a year from now because we have Battlefront 2 coming this fall. Mm-hmm. They're going to need something big for next fall.
Yeah.
I think also Episode 9 is coming next fall.
Actually, Episode 9 is coming in May.
Not this May.
Not this May, but the May after. It's not coming out December. It's only going to be a year and a half wait.
There's something, maybe it's the Han Solo movie or something is coming
that
out
is
in fall
also
of 2019, so I think they'll kind of coincide.
There actually is not going to be a Star Wars movie fall of 2019. That
You're
they've
a Star
announced.
Wars movie.
In
so.
May 2019 is when Episode 9 is going to come out, and May 2018 is when the Han Solo movie is going to come out. They're switching back to May.
So, boom.
But this isn't a movies podcast.
But that I think is going to be fall 2018 release for EA's Star Wars game.
That's a good prediction. I honestly totally forgot about the Amy Hennig Visceral Star Wars game. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
They showed that, 8-second clip of it where they're on Tatooine or Jakku or some sort of desert planet.
Yep.
And the giant, what are they called? Not a Star Destroyer. The Star Destroyer is right above.
Yep.
That was
and of course,
super cool.
Amy Hennig from Naughty Dog in charge of all the Uncharted except for number 4.
Yeah.
Game director for all those. Visceral, people who made Dead Space.
I hope they know people are expecting an Uncharted Star Wars game. Not Uncharted with Nathan Drake in it, but just that style.
Yeah.
If it's not that, I'm honestly going to be disappointed.
Well, it's only Amy as the director, but
yeah.
the people who made Dead Space. So it's...
Well, I guess, in terms of, how the story is told and how it weaves
the
in
narrative
between,
of it and things like that.
How it weaves between the narrative and the action kind of seamlessly. I guess that's what I mean by that Uncharted style.
I'm
not necessarily that, they're going to be in tombs and crypts and stuff. Lazarus shows up.
Battlefront 2. Yeah, I'm excited for a single player thing, but it's I really just want that to be this game instead.
Yeah, I don't really care about Star Wars Battlefront 2 that much.
Well, fine.
I'm not that excited about
it. This is not a Star Wars Battlefront 2 podcast, so. And then finally, what is your crazy this probably won't ever happen, but pull it out of your ass if this happens, I'll cry.
I think that the third parties are going to spend more time focusing on the Switch than they will the new Xbox system, whatever it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think at their individual conferences?
Yeah, their individual conferences. There will still be moments of
That's your crazy prediction,
Yeah, because I think realistically, these big studios, these big third party studios will say and this with Xbox Scorpio, whatever it's going to be called, which I'll get to in my predictions for Xbox side. It'll be called, we'll have this stuff coming exclusively on Xbox, whatever it's going to be called. They'll have those moments, but there will still be a lot of stuff they are just kind of bringing over to the Switch, just kind of pulling it out of their asses because it's oh shit, this was really successful. We have to have something coming up. So I think
that is a crazy one. You're right.
I think it's crazy, but I think that more likely they'll spend a lot of time talking about the Scorpio.
Yeah. I think we're a year too early for the Switch talk.
Yeah.
I think it's
that's why it's a crazy
now we
prediction.
see that it's successful. Yeah, you're right. Crazy prediction. Mine was EA reveals a standalone Star Wars VR experience featuring lightsaber combat. There's nothing pointing to this at all, but goddamn, I would love to be fucking doing lightsaber combat in VR.
That would be awesome. I can see that happening at some point, no matter what.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Microsoft.
So I started last time. You start this time.
Yep. So Microsoft's conference is Sunday afternoon.
Yep.
So this needs to happen, and I think it will. Microsoft will announce at least 3 new first-party IP in development for Xbox and Xbox Scorpio. So 3 things that Microsoft themselves are making that are different than Gears, Halo, new IP altogether.
I don't have that exactly, but what I do have is that there will be a game announced that's the showcase, this is the Scorpio game.
Sure.
And it will not come until spring of next year. It will not be a launch with Scorpio. It's like Titanfall. It's going to miss the launch to come out in the spring of the following year.
Gotcha.
But there'll be some big thing.
Do you think that's going to be a new IP?
It'll be a new IP, yeah. So we're pretty much in agreement on that, and then I'm checking the time frame on there too.
They have to. I think they've been holding a lot of stuff back for this, so I think they're going to have at least 3 new IPs.
I think Nintendo and Microsoft are kind of the same page in the sense that this is when they can kind of show other cards finally.
Yeah. Next, I think we're going to get Xbox Scorpio. Will cost $4.99.
That's the same price that I have. You think November? Okay, so I have that it'll be called Xbox Elite, and that it is going to be coming out.
Oh, I didn't give it a name.
I came up with the name. It's going to be coming out September, possibly as early as August for $4.99.
Oh, as early as August?
I think it'd be late August, September.
What makes you think August or September?
Because I think that they want to get this thing out before the holidays, so that way it can sell and then have another run during the holidays. Kind of ramp up production for the holidays.
Does it make you think differently knowing that Shadow of War which was supposed to be an Xbox Scorpio title as well, has been delayed to October.
It's early October, so not really.
Interesting. But yeah, $499 price point.
I think we're in agreement on that.
Yeah.
$399, if it's that much more powerful than the PS4 Pro, which it sounds like it is, it wouldn't be $200, or it wouldn't be the same price as the PS4 Pro. I don't see that. And I think $200 is enough of a price difference that it still keeps the Xbox One S at a reasonable price point for people to pick up without them just jumping to the Scorpio immediately.
Yeah.
Or the Xbox Elite immediately.
Xbox Elite. I think that's probably going to end up being the name of it.
I think that makes sense. They have the Elite controller. It might even have an Elite controller bundled with it.
Yeah.
Like, to kind of further solidify the name. That's not a prediction. I just made that up right now.
Sweet. My third prediction is Xbox Scorpio will have plug-and-play support for Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, and HoloLens.
Oh, okay. Yep.
They've been saying, they had mentioned on the website they have mixed reality support. So I think they're going to have both.
Yeah, that would make a lot of
augmented
sense.
reality right off the bat. Which means that it has to be powerful. Mm-hmm. Kind of justifies that $499 price point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's going to work out of the box with Oculus and HTC Vive, and then HoloLens.
Well, my last prediction is that both Crackdown 3 and Sea of Thieves will be announced coming out later on this year in the fall with Scorpio enhancements.
What kind of enhancements do you think they're going to have?
That's what I've been kind of racking my head around.
Yeah.
And I have part of this is my crazy prediction, but if I'm keeping it to like what I think it's really going to be, it'll be just like they're higher resolution, they run a little bit better.
Sure.
If they're staying true to their promise, it won't have anything new content related.
Yeah.
That said, my crazy prediction is that they're going to break that promise, and there will be some things that are exclusive to the Scorpio. And we kind of talked about this, like the Nemesis system was exclusive to next-gen versions of Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
The PS3 and Xbox 360 versions didn't have that feature. It'll be something like that. Like there'll be some sort of mechanic in a game, like Crackdown 3, like there's more destruction or something like that. Like there's something that in the game is different that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise.
I have an interesting... This, I think, might happen. It's not my crazy one. It was one of my extra ones. This one doesn't count towards our predictions.
Yeah.
But this is one of my extra ones in case you add one of mine. Mm-hmm. I had that Microsoft will reveal that many features that may be exclusive to Xbox Scorpio will also be available on older models via cloud computing.
Oh, okay.
Remember when
but
they
it
showed
runs
off
native
the demo of
on
Crackdown?
Scorpio?
Yeah, it runs native on Scorpio.
Interesting.
But when they showed
Requires
off the demo of
internet
Crackdown a couple
connection.
years ago, they were like, this is Crackdown on your Xbox. This is Crackdown with cloud support, and there were so many more particle effects, things like that. So I think a lot of enhancements we might see on Xbox Scorpio, you'll be able to get some of those with cloud computing because they've never really made that. Like they talked about that at the reveal, and then they're just like, "Hey, just kidding. Nothing actually uses this." But that doesn't count. That's not one of mine. My crazy prediction is that HoloLens will get a final consumer version and will release Q1 of 2018 with a price point of $399.
It'll cost way more than that. And it would never be announced at E3. Not going to happen.
That's my crazy.
That's your crazy. That's your crazy prediction.
What's your crazy?
My crazy was that there'll be some sort of exclusive content. Yeah, they'll break their promise on that. I think so far we're pretty much in agreement on most of the things that we've talked about. Yeah. There's not too much that we're kind of like, no, you're totally wrong.
No, you're wrong. Microsoft's going to win.
I'm surprised we agree on the price point. I actually thought you were going to say $399.
No,
I thought it was crazy for saying
they've been very much saying that this is aimed at the pro market. This is like a replacement for high end PCs, things like that. So they gotta have that little higher price point.
Yeah, I watched both Sony's
and that's what Xbox One launched at was $499.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I watched both Sony's and Microsoft's press conferences yesterday.
You watched the previous years?
Yeah, and Microsoft's was really bad. They didn't show off a lot that was exclusive to their own system.
Yeah,
they kept using that like
featured exclusive.
Yeah,
timed exclusive.
Exactly. Yeah. They kept like having to like specify, and it just made me worried going into this year. Like for them, like this is the most make it or break it out of all of the.
Yeah, this is a defining year for them.
Yeah, because the Switch is selling so well, Nintendo is kind of good. Whatever they announce, I'm sure is going to go over pretty well. I don't see them making a slip up where it's like, oh, that was announced and now the Switch isn't selling all of a sudden.
You know what?
But like the Scorpio, I can see that. What?
I feel like Nintendo, people just don't expect that much from them at E3. That they kind of get a pass. Like, they didn't show off too much. Oh well, it was only Zelda this year, so no worries.
To be fair, last year though they did steal the show.
Well, it was just nothing but Zelda for 100,000 years. But yeah, Microsoft,
the best E3
they
ever.
get held to a little bit higher standard for some. I don't know. They're not Nintendo, but for some reason, like they get picked apart.
Well, because they're expected to have at least more third-party stuff.
Yeah,
and like they one of the big things they showed off was Final Fantasy 15, but then Sony also showed off Final Fantasy 15 in their press conference. Like too, like any big thing they had, Sony kind of had to show it too. It just wasn't that impressive. But then Sony showed off a lot of what Microsoft showed off. And their own exclusive stuff. So, I don't know. It's interesting.
Let's get into Sony.
Let's do Sony.
So, Sony's press conference is Monday night.
Yeah.
This is the one we're going to see in the theater with the Sony E3 experience. I'm totally pumped as fuck.
Very pumped about it. It's also the most mysterious one to me.
Really?
I have a pretty good idea, I feel, of what's going to be in the Microsoft and Nintendo keynotes. I don't have pretty good idea of what's going to be
a lot
in
of
the Sony
mine
one.
Are not really games related because I feel like we saw all the games that we're going to see for this year.
I guess that was
last
the point.
Year.
There's not too much that they need to talk about because so much of what they talked about hasn't been released yet.
Yeah, we'll see maybe like gameplay demos of things that we saw only trailers for last year, things like that. But,
and dates on games you saw last year too.
But since they showed off games last year, I think they're going to transition back into a little bit, and you'll see this in my predictions to more maybe some hardware or services type things that they had the year before. So why don't you start with your first prediction?
So my first prediction is that, and this is funny because I'm assuming yours is going to be a lot about VR. I don't think VR is going to have a very big presence at this year's E3 conference.
What do you mean by not a big presence? Define it somehow.
There will not be like a section of E3 entirely dedicated to VR. It will at the most be, by the way, this game also supports VR in some capacity. They'll have like a 2-minute sizzle reel of VR stuff. And that's about it. I don't think they'll go any more in depth with VR than that.
Gotcha. Yeah. So no dedicated VR section.
Yeah, there won't be ever like here we're going to run through a demo and spend like 5 minutes on this one VR game. No VR game will get standalone attention for any significant period of time.
Okay. Define a significant period of time. Because you can't talk your way out of this whenever you lose.
So I guess if I had to define it, so like if they spend more than a minute on one VR game, I would be surprised.
Okay. Cool. I have one. Sony will debut at least 4 AAA PSVR titles. Or titles with VR support. The
first time we disagree.
Or titles with VR support, headlined by Spider-Man PS4.
Okay. So you think Spider-Man PS4 will have some sort of...
Yes, I think that's going to be their big thing. Like they had Batman last year. I think they're going to be like, hey, PS, there's a Spider-Man VR.
And I agree. Like things like that will happen. Like we will see, like, by the way, Spider-Man's going to have this VR support.
Right.
And then that's all they will mention. They won't go more in depth than that. They might say, like, and you'll be swinging along the buildings. But they won't show it. They will not, like, go in depth on any of it.
Yeah. I think that's so I'm saying there's going to be 4 AAA.
Yeah.
Not just like indie little like job simulators.
It could happen.
4 AAA PSVR titles.
Yeah.
Announced. What's your second one?
My second one? I have a few here. So let's see. All right. I think that a new From Software game is going to be shown off at the E3 conference
at Sony's?
At Sony's. It will not be Bloodborne 2.
Ooh, not be Bloodborne 2.
Yeah.
Well, dang, if I had to make a prediction, it would be Bloodborne 2. But
I'm thinking it's not going to be Bloodborne 2.
I think there's no way we don't see Bloodborne 2 at this thing.
I don't think we're going to see Bloodborne 2.
But that doesn't count as one of my predictions.
And we've gone back and forth on this before about if Bloodborne does count as a Souls game. And they've said they're done with Souls games.
Yeah, I don't think Bloodborne counts as that.
It's in the similar vein. Like, I think if they're going to go back to like their another series they've done before, it'll be like Armored Core, or they'll do something completely new.
No.
I don't think
they're not going to do Armored Core.
I don't think so either, but it'll be something new.
All right, my second one. I think we're going to see updated or redesigned PlayStation Move controllers. I think 10-year-old technology to be used with PlayStation VR. We see the Oculus Touch, we see HTC Vive's controllers, and PSVR just doesn't quite keep up. So I think they're going to have new hardware for VR for controllers.
All right.
What's yours?
My last one here. Spider-Man game.
That's not last one.
Oh.
It's only second one, right?
I think this is my last
that was
one.
my second one. So yes, now is your third one. Yeah.
Spider-Man gameplay will be shown off, and it's releasing this year.
This year.
You're
going on with that tweet that was from a long time ago.
What tweet?
There's a person who said like, "Oh yeah, and this year we also have lots of Marvel games coming out this year, like blah 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 blah."
Oh yeah, that's right.
PS4.
I'm not basing it off of that.
Okay.
I'm basing it off of there's just not that much coming out at the end of the year.
Gotcha.
And this is a major game, and I didn't say this one, but I don't think God of War is coming this year.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That was actually one of my extras. Is that God of War and Days Gone will both release for holiday 2017. That doesn't count. That's
you know
not
what's
my
funny? Here's another prediction of mine that I didn't say. Days Gone, no show. We won't see it. We've agreed on so much except the Sony conference.
So my third big one, as a goodwill to gamers and to compete with Xbox Live Game Pass, PlayStation Now. Obviously, they've said it's going to include PS4 games in the future, and I think that's going to be now integrated into the PlayStation Plus membership at a discounted $10 per month to compete with Xbox.
That's a good one.
So that already includes their 300 or 420 titles or something like that, some crazy thing you now get access to for $10 a month if you have PlayStation Plus. They had mentioned too in a couple of weeks ago, they said we've officially have 70 million active PlayStation Plus users. So I think that, and they said that they're looking at more ways to make that membership worthwhile. So I think this is something that they're going to integrate in there.
I don't disagree. My crazy prediction, actually looking at this, I don't know if I actually know this is that crazy. Backwards compatibility for PS3 on the PS4.
You're talking about like digital and discs?
In discs, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to do PlayStation Now in place of that.
I really just want the fucking discs.
I know you do, but they paid for Gaikai. They gotta use it.
They can just abandon it. It's fine. It's been a long time. People will thank them.
My crazy one is they're going to announce a new strange piece of hardware along the vein of PlayStation TV, the 3D television, or the PS Vita 2.
Okay.
So they're going to have some kind of crazy new piece of hardware to fragment themselves one more.
If they did a Vita 2, man, that would be ridiculous. They're not going to do that.
That's my crazy one.
All right.
Or something weird like, it's going to be some weird piece of hardware like the Vita TV or their 3D one.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And now we get to your mistress.
My mistress, Mrs. Nintendo.
The name is Mrs. Nesbit.
So, should I start this one off?
Yeah. No, I will. Shut up.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Start it off.
There will be no update on Virtual Console.
Yeah, I don't have it on here, but I think you're right.
Yep.
Yep.
We will get no extra news on Virtual Console. I think they're instead going to spend their time talking about Classic Game Library.
I don't even think they'll talk about that because they kind of already mentioned it this week.
I think they'll mention it, but yeah, we won't see an update on Virtual Console.
They'll mention it. They'll basically say it exists, but they won't add any more details. They'll still say, and the game collection with New Super Mario Bros. 3, Dr. Mario, and was it Balloon Fight?
Balloon Fight, yep.
God, that's so dumb. All right. Yep. I think that's a really good prediction. I'm going to say Nintendo spends too much time talking about 3DS.
What is too much time?
Too much time means they'll talk about more than 3 games for the 3DS.
Okay.
They should talk about Ever Oasis because that's coming out. They should talk about Hey Pikmin and the 2DS. And they shouldn't even talk about the 2DS. Just mention that Hey Pikmin is coming out. Mention that Ever Oasis is coming out, and then dedicate the entirety.
What about the other
of
two
E3.
Kirby games?
Oh my God! Don't talk about anything 3DS. Only
They've
Switch.
They've already announced 4 3DS games, and they said they're going to talk about new ones that they haven't announced at E3.
Oh my gosh! All right, they've already spent too much time on 3DS. So if they have an hour conference, and 10 minutes of that is dedicated to 3DS, that's a problem, I think.
So 10 minutes. Anything more than 10 minutes. That's what you think they're going to do.
I think they'll probably do more than 10 minutes, but I think anything more than 10 minutes is too much.
All right. Number 2 for me.
Yeah.
They will announce a new Metroid game for Nintendo Switch coming 2018.
Okay. I was actually going to say they will show off a 2D Metroid game coming either later this year or early next year, not 3D. We will not see a 3D Metroid game.
Just a 2D?
Just a 2D for right now. There's talk that there's a 2D and a 3D game out there, and I feel like they want to talk about the 2D one first.
That's a burp. I burped.
Because there's already interest in the Switch. It'll tease the audience that there's more coming. And if they talk about a 3D Metroid game, a 2D one won't have the impact the 3D game's going to have, and it's going to get kind of lost in the shuffle. So if they want to talk 2D first, then the 3D one after that. At least that's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all the water I wanted.
Sorry, my second prediction for Nintendo.
Was that not the Metroid one?
No, that was just a thought.
Oh.
I have a few written down on here. So,
read one.
Pokemon Stars is not going to be a Switch exclusive.
You think they're going to mention Pokemon Stars at E3?
Yeah.
They never mentioned Pokemon games at E3.
No, they did Pokemon games last year at E3.
Those always get announced.
Yeah, they were announced early. But also, this is different, though. This is not like a new generation of Pokemon games. It's just like it's Emerald or Crystal. Right. But it will not be a Switch exclusive. It'll be for 3D. It might come to Switch, but it won't only be
like
for
a
Switch.
Monster Hunter XX kind of thing?
Yeah, right. It'll come to both 3DS and Switch.
Interesting. My third one for Nintendo is they will announce at least 4 remaster ports, deluxe versions of Wii U games for the Switch.
All right. Which ones?
I'm going to guess... These don't count as part of my prediction.
Yeah, no.
But I would guess that they're going to have Bayonetta 2, that they're going to have Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Treasure Tracker.
Yep.
Toad Treasure Tracker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else. Whatever the fuck else they would do. I never paid attention enough to that one. I don't know. Maybe they'll do Wind Waker HD.
Oh, I would love that. I would actually like that a lot. So my prediction actually is there's going to be a Smash Bros. Game. But it will be more than Smash Bros. Wii U was. Because Smash Bros., that fourth Smash Bros. Game was the 3DS version and the Wii U version, which both have different maps. So I think they're going to combine them in some way and kind of remaster some of the 3DS ones to be like HD. Yeah. So we'll play Mario Kart Deluxe. Deluxe was just like battle mode kind of thrown in there. So like the addition they're going to have this time is like those 3DS maps.
All the same content that you might have already played, though.
Yeah.
In different locations now, just in one package.
Yep.
Is that one of your official predictions?
Did I say it was?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I did not mean to say it was one of my predictions, so no. All right, last one is that Animal Crossing is going to be announced for the Switch coming this year.
I'm sure it is.
Why? What's the
Animal Crossing is so dumb. Happy Home Designer.
Well, they have the mobile game that they've already said is coming this year. They do. So they're basically postponing the mobile games so they can release alongside or in close conjunction to.
How many new Fire Emblem games do you think are going to be announced?
None.
6.
6
new Fire Emblem games.
Is that our official prediction?
No.
Is that your crazy prediction?
No, my crazy prediction goes against one of my other predictions.
Oh, really?
And it says, Nintendo announces Switch Virtual Console, and it includes GameCube support and backwards compatibility with Wii U and 3DS Virtual Console.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I also thought you can also play native 3DS games on it.
No.
But then I thought in my head,
the cartridges wouldn't fit.
No, just
downloading
versions. Yeah.
People think that would be kind of weird because it's a one screen versus the dual screen device.
Yeah, you can turn it sideways.
Not even turn it sideways. Have like the one corner be one screen and the other corner be the other screen. It's like the diagonal opposite corners.
Yeah,
that would work out well, I think. But
yeah, crazy prediction is just backwards compatible with Wii U and 3DS Virtual Console games.
Yeah,
and Switch finally gets Virtual Console with GameCube support. So a lot of shit.
All
in one crazy prediction.
My crazy prediction, and I really hope this comes true, it won't, but it'd be awesome, is that they are going to release that 2D prototype they showed off of Breath of the Wild. Did you see that?
I saw a fan remake of it.
So they basically, in one of their GDC events, they showed this like 2D, it looks like the NES version of Zelda. And they use that to try out certain things you would be doing in Breath of the Wild. They made this prototype. And they're going to release a version of that prototype that is basically a Zelda Maker, just like Mario Maker, where you can make your own dungeons, and it's for Switch.
Oh, Mario Maker. That's another port. that I'm sure you'll see.
Yeah,
on Switch.
I'll surely see that too. Yeah. So cool.
So that wraps it up.
That wraps it up.
We've done our third party. We've done our Microsoft, our Sony, and our Nintendo. Just for fun, let's read through some of our extra ones. I think I've mentioned a couple of mine.
Yeah, I have a few in here that I didn't mention at all, actually.
I think I only have a couple left that I didn't mention. So, like, Bethesda, I think they're going to... My other prediction that I didn't mention was that despite them saying they won't show off Elder Scrolls 6 and that it might not even be this generation game, I think we'll still see something from it.
Elder Scrolls 6?
Yeah.
No, they would never do that. They don't do that.
You don't know that.
They don't do that. They announce games when it's ready.
You've literally never seen anything before, so...
I am dumb, so that's a good point.
Also, I think Nintendo will have a major first-party release for every month of 2017.
Yeah, I think that... And this isn't in my predictions, but, like... we're going to see new IPs to fill in gaps.
Yeah.
They might be small. I think we're also going to start seeing some smaller Switch games. There might be a Switch game coming from Nintendo that costs $40. An example would be 3D Mario is $60, 2D Mario is $40.
Yeah.
Same thing with Zelda.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild is a $60 game. If the Link Between Worlds team decided to make a 2D Zelda game, that'd be $40.
Yeah.
I think we're going to start seeing stuff like that. We might have to wait maybe a little bit before 3DS dies out before we start seeing that kind of stuff, but that's what I'm hoping for.
I think I actually read my other two already.
Oh. I have a few more Nintendo ones.
Go. Of course you do.
Of course I do. So I think that they're going to do... they're going to detail the second DLC pack for Breath of the Wild, but they won't announce a release date for it. They'll just talk about it.
Yeah.
But they will give...
whatever the dungeon is.
Yeah.
This one's referred to as a dungeon and not a divine
We
beast.
will see the outside of it. We will not see the inside of it. So we'll kind of see, like, this mountain in here has a dungeon inside of it, and, like, that'll be it. That's kind of all I want. And that's more of me wishing.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the inside of this dungeon. I want to know.
But if they release a video, you're gonna soak that shit up.
Oh my gosh, so much. I was thinking about how I fucked myself over with Breath of the Wild because the day before it was released, it was posted, or someone was able to download it off the Wii U shop and play it early, and they were just posting all these videos of them playing it, and I saw footage of the Lost Woods ahead of time without knowing it was the Lost Woods, and I'm just like, that's the coolest thing ever. I was so pumped, and I'm like, why did I do that? I took that moment of like getting there for the first time. So if their video of the DLC for Zelda, I'm not gonna watch it. No,
you're gonna watch it.
No, I'm not gonna watch it, Chad. I'm not gonna watch it, Chad. Don't do that to me.
# why I stayed. You're gonna do it. You're in an abusive relationship
with Nintendo.
Yep.
I don't even really like them that much. I just feel like I have to like them. I don't like any of their games.
You just left all your CDs in Nintendo's truck, and what are you gonna do? Walk away from 30 or 40 CDs? That was a Dane Cook joke.
He's got a great job. Okay. What else do I have though?
I don't know. It's your list. Live it.
I don't think they're going to spend too much blah blah Nintendo. I don't think they're spend that much time talking about anything in 2018. I think most of it's going to be 2017 related.
Sure.
That's kind of seems to have been the trend lately. And then what else did I have on here? I think Sucker Punch is going to have a new product to show off at Sony's event. I don't know what it would be though. I don't think it's Infamous. I think Second Son was the last Infamous game.
Yeah, at least
just because it wasn't anything special, and I don't know if the audience would really be attracted to a new Infamous game. Yeah, I don't really have that much. I'm kind of curious. This is definitely one of the more elusive E3s going into it.
Yeah.
For me, at least, it feels that way.
It's definitely also so much rides on this E3.
Yeah.
For Microsoft, for Nintendo, for Devolver Digital.
This is make it or break it for Devolver Digital.
Yeah. If Hotline Miami 3 does not wow people at this conference.
They've been promising for decades they're going to release Hotline Miami 3. So people don't even know if they're making it or not. They've said they're making it. They said they're not making it. The writer for the franchise left recently. People pick it outside their studios.
So troubled.
Totally.
So guys, this will be a little bit of a shorter episode, especially since we just had our regular episode 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But here's the plan for E3. We've got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday full of press conferences. We plan on having all of these breakout reactions up on Tuesday night. That is Tuesday.
Minus Nintendo, because Nintendo's is
Tuesday the 13th.
Yeah.
We'll at least have reactions to Nintendo's Direct from Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Or they're not calling it a direct. They're calling it something else stupid, but
A showcase, digital showcase,
something like that. I don't know. But yeah, they do have like little interviews and things like that going all E3 long. But yeah, we'll have at least our initial reactions to all of that stuff. Tuesday night, they'll be broken up episode by episode so you can consume them in smaller chunks because I have a feeling we're going to have a lot to talk about for each one.
Yeah. I do have, I was kind of thinking that would be a funny little like game to play like after you watch each one. Not even a game, I don't know why I said a game, but just take a guess at which game at each event will not be released.
Which one's getting delayed or which one is vaporware?
Yeah.
Which one's getting delayed? A, all of the above. No other answer. Awesome, guys. Tune in next week. I have to take a massive dump right now, and I've had to for like 12 minutes.
And that's why we're ending the podcast.
That's why we're ending the podcast at 40 minutes. I love you. You are all a bunch of leaves.